Why focus on Murphy USA? PTR regularly tracks 6,000 North American traded companies, constantly looking for new stock market winners. To find stocks meriting further analysis, our initial selection criteria include adequate company size and liquidity, recent better than market stock price performance, and a high value trend rating. When appropriate, risk and income orientation are also considered. Important additional considerations include favorable improvement in earnings estimates, recent company sales and earnings acceleration, adequate liquidity, and attractive longer-term market success, and finally, favorable performance of other members of the company's industry group. Murphy USA grades out very well on these criteria. Our appraisal of potential stock price performance relative to the company's peer group and the overall stock market is based on three key drivers of value: growth, profitability, and risk. Key Murphy characteristics are very high profitability, high financial strength, stability, and below average expected growth. A big positive influence on Murphy USA's valuation is its superior growth. Welcome to Price Target Research. I'm John Lafferty. Murphy USA engages in marketing of retail motor fuel products and convenience merchandise. The company operates retail stores under the Murphy USA, Murphy Express, and Quick Check brands. The company recently operated about 1,700 retail gasoline stores, principally in the Southeast, Southwest, and Midwestern United States. Murphy USA is traded on the New York Stock Exchange with the ticker MUSA. On October 6, 2023, Murphy closed trading at $356.25 with a market cap of $7.6 billion. Over the next 6 years, Murphy USA shares will need to reach $597 to achieve average annual stock market performance of 9%. Murphy's stock price will need to reach $703 by 2028 to achieve upper quartile performance. At the current price of $356, key question is, what are the market's expectations regarding Murphy's future operating performance? The quartile chart is an essential tool in producing our valuation scorecard. For each metric included, performance of a company and its peer group is ranked high to low in the quartiles identified. The high end of the bar is top quartile, the bottom end is low quartile, the line in the middle is median performance. The company's value is determined and converted to a percentile and also plotted with a red dot. Quartile charts help define the company's investment profile. In the analysis that follows, 12 investment variables are used, arranged into 4 categories: valuation, growth, profitability, and risk. Murphy USA's investment profile is very sharply drawn. A large number of characteristics stand out: low dividend yield, high price book ratio, high forecasted profitability, high historical profitability, low stock price volatility, high financial leverage, low equity market value, high expected growth, and finally high historical growth are all extreme factors. Relative to the S&P 500, Murphy has significant growth characteristics. Its appeal is likely to be to investors heavily oriented towards capital gains. Murphy USA is of high investment quality. Murphy USA's peer group consists of 14 companies that have very similar investment operating characteristics. The company has very high valuation, but has had below market shareholder returns. Current valuation levels are very high relative to the peer group. Recent market returns have somewhat underperformed the peer group. Relative to the S&P 500, Murphy's overall valuation is low. Its current annual total return performance of 10% is slightly above median relative to the S&P 500. The current 5-year annualized total return performance of 31.3% is upper quartile relative to the S&P 500. Growth has been Murphy USA's biggest valuation strength. Historical growth has been very high relative to the peer group, and forecasted growth is relatively somewhat below average. Asset growth, revenue growth, and earnings growth have been superior. These factors have buoyed market expectations and perceptions of Murphy USA. Murphy's consensus growth rate forecast, which is the average of Wall Street analysts, is 29%, substantially above the average of the historical growth measures. PTR's growth rate forecast is 14%, which is substantially below the consensus and about in line with the average of the historical growth measures. Murphy's return on equity, asset turnover, and pre-tax return on assets are group leading. Pre-tax margin is group lagging, however. The company has very high excess cash and will have to work to reinvest it at attractive returns to support profitability and valuation. Our return on equity forecast is 66.1%, significantly below our recent forecast. A dramatic variable increase between 2014 and 2022 occurred, and we are significantly above the 2018 low of 18%. Murphy USA's risk profile is neutral. Overall variability has been very high, with very high revenue variability, only average earnings variability, and very low stock price volatility. Financial strength is relatively very high, and earnings expectations are also relatively high. The company's debt-to-capital ratio has risen very significantly in recent periods, however. Relative to the Murphy USA peer group, the company's wealth creation profile is favorable. The profile is based on measures of warranted value, appreciation potential, and total shareholder returns. The rate of change in warranted market value for Murphy has been relatively very high. Its appreciation score is average, resulting in an average factor rating of 54, meaning its expected appreciation is about in line with the overall market. The company's one-year total return, as discussed above, is relatively low. However, the 5-year annualized total return is relatively very high. Total shareholder returns for Murphy are expected to significantly beat the overall equity market. Based on current investor expectations, Murphy USA shares should reach a level of $777 by 2028, a 14.3% per year total shareholder return. The 2028 stock price of $597 would reflect median performance relative to the market, and a price of $703 would be required to reach upper quartile performance. Our value trend rating is the overall measure of a stock's attractiveness relative to a universe of all companies traded on North American exchanges. The value trend rating combines the appreciation score that measures a stock's appreciation potential relative to the universe, with 0 being the lowest score and 100 the highest, and the power rating that measures its current timeliness, with 0 again being the lowest, 100 the highest. Stocks with high value trend ratings are expected to outperform the general market, while stocks with low value trend ratings are expected to underperform. Murphy USA has a current value trend rating of A, our highest rating. The company has a neutral appreciation score of 57, but a very high power rating of 95, leading to our highest value trend rating. The value trend rating identifies companies at stages when underlying company performance reflects significant change. In these cases, a given value trend rating can persist for a relatively long period of time. However, ratings for all stocks should still be reviewed regularly. Murphy USA's rating history has been variable. Over the last 40 months, the stock has been A or B rated, with that being the largest rating category at about half the months. The current rating, as mentioned before, is at comfortably A and has been for the last several months. Well, that's a wrap. Murphy USA Valuation Scorecard. You can find additional company research and current value trend ratings on our website at pricetargetresearch.com and more videos on youtube.com/price target research.